The other thing I try to do while I'm rolling is, especially on this side, wherever I've pulled my cut-in mark back to, try to set your jug right there, and that can help as your marker on how far you're gonna need to roll back. Some guys might think this method is a little bit slow, but again, if you're working by yourself, it may be one of the only options you have, especially if you're working in a large room. And it also, again, just gives me total control over what's going on. Even though I could roll across the whole headboard, you know, then I've got a much larger puddle, a much larger area to work around. Sometimes if you've got a parquet pattern, or again, just a difficult job to apply, you may not want to try to tackle the whole thing at the same time, and you definitely don't need two guys. So I could have, you know, I'm working this room, I got a guy working another room, he could be pulling across the whole headboard, he could also be working it in sections. So this allows us a lot more flexibility in not needing two guys on everything we're doing, and we can get the job done actually faster that way. So now again, we come to the end of our room, working my way out the doorway, so I don't have to necessarily pour back in my line. And again, I hope you can see how easy it is to control the whole job like this. I'm just working small areas at a time. I don't have to worry about big puddles out in front of me to clean up or to watch them so they're not setting up. It's easy to go back and cut back in or roll back over where I've gone. I can use the cut-in pad, but I do still want to try to roll out wherever I can, just because the roller puts down a little different texture and a little heavier application than my cut-in pad, so I want to make sure I get that same application rate. And then have something that you can set your roller in or your cut-in pad in if you've got to put them down, and we can finish out the room just going crossways. Well, we've had some guys comment at the school once they see this method, say that you just doubled my production work, the work that I can do that we can finish in a day, because now I don't have to have two guys on the job all the time. So on this, if I was finishing out here, I would back roll it across, trying to stay off of where I had before, but have good drying conditions, and that shouldn't be too much of a worry if you do cross over on it a little bit. And then I'm going to take my cut-in pad, and I'm going to pull a dry line across the doorway, and we're done. So that's how you work what we call rolling in sections as a one-man crew. Again, I can flip-flop. I don't necessarily have to finish a section, turn around right there, go back down, turn around right there. I can stop here, go all the way back down. It just depends on what I need to do, and I can change that up as I'm working the job site. So I hope that helps you guys be more productive and roll some tough jobs when you know you can break it up into those little pieces.